everyone, and welcome to the third annual Voice and Visibility Women's Summit Speaker Reveal event. My name is Shannon Rohrer-Phillips, and I'm the founder of the VVWS. I am here with my fierce co-hostess, Christina Unkel, and we are so excited you're all tuning in with us. Thank you. Every week, our open and inclusive community grows and opens new doors and opportunities for all of us. So, here we are at the Sarasota Art Museum in September of 2021, and we're filming our virtual event because, as you all know, Florida is experiencing a huge crisis with the pandemic. In fact, all of us are all across America. So I actually want to begin by bringing visibility to the grief and loss that so many women are enduring right now. It's disproportionately affecting women. So we want to say that we see you, we stand with you, we're here with you, and we believe in us. We believe in the power of women coming together. So Christina, here we are, we're back to virtual. And doesn't this feel a little familiar?
It feels way too familiar, Shannon, and I hope this doesn't become the norm, and I know it won't be becoming the norm. But, you know, last year, you and I, we hosted the entire second annual Voice and Visibility Women's Summit event virtually. And first, let's just recognize, although we both prefer to do live events, have a glass or two, and connect with each other and other powerful women in this community, the virtual event was still epic.
It was pretty epic.
Yeah, it was still pretty big. And through all that hardship, despite that, everyone was under. We had over 700 guests attend the Voice and Visibility Women's Summit on the virtual platform. Not only that, there was new relationships that were made. Minds were open, business deals were created, that's a big deal.
Yes.
And kick-ass speakers like Jessica McDonald, Daniela Pierre Bravo, Lori Nishira McKenzie, Desiree Stoller, Kim Kiever, Patricia Estrada Martin all rocked our virtual platform. And we had Kanae Corder and Kaya Mack, who made her musical debut.
Kaya was so magical. She's from my hometown in Maine, and her performing We Can't Stop by Miley Cyrus, that has been like my theme song for the entire last year.
And surely we can't stop. But Shannon, how about her rocking Dolly Parton's 9 to 5?
Okay. 9 to 5 was ridiculous. We loved Dolly, and we loved Kaya's version of 9 to 5, honestly. And another song that I loved was You Don't Own Me, a classic feminist loop song. Kaya really, really rocked our stage.
And we also can't forget how our unbelievable sponsors and vendors showed up and leveled up on our virtual platform with not only their products and services, but more importantly, the support of our mission. But Shannon, you know what we didn't have last year?
There's one thing we didn't have
There
last year.
isn't. There is not. But we now have it, and we have leveled up ourselves. I'd love to introduce you, Dr. AJ Lee.
Thank you. We have leveled up with this beautiful co-hostess. We are so excited to introduce you guys to Dr. AJ Lee. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yes, thank you all so much, Christina, Shannon, to be able to be a part of this incredible community. I'm beyond excited. The mission of empowering women, expanding our networks, increasing opportunities, and elevating diverse female leadership voices is near and dear to my heart. I've seen the great work that you guys have been doing, and it's just incredible to be able to be a part of this community as we raise awareness for diversity, equity, inclusion work, and just this powerhouse community. So I am truly all in.
Oh, we're so glad and so fortunate you are all in. And I just want to thank you. I really think we are the lucky ones. And I want to tell our viewers today how we met real briefly. So, okay, AJ and I met 5 years ago at an elementary school, and she was actually leading a mentoring session and teaching classes on lifestyle and healthy habits. And I think you were serving beet juice, which I have never been a fan of beet juice, but she got me drinking delicious beet juice. That was it, right?
Yeah, it was beets. It was beets. We tried to hide in the superfoods for the kids so that they could, try to guess what was inside of it. And beets are one of my favorite. I'll put in some recipes in case you guys are interested and exploring more. But beets are an amazing part of your diet.
Are you a beets girl?
I actually am a beets girl. Love beet juice. I do sneak in an apple, so don't get on me about the sugars, but it just sweetens the deal just that much for me to be able to have it. But, not only there, I do need to jump in here because, I am also a huge fan of exercise, athletics, wellness, and I know that you are on the next level when it comes to that stuff on health and nutrition. So,
well, I know she's next level because I'm kind of obsessed with her Instagram feed right now. So you all need to follow AJ. But truthfully, you really need to know that I feel like she's a desperately needed dose of calm and zen and balance in my otherwise very fast-paced type A world. Don't know if you can relate to that.
No, Shannon is the only type A here in this group whatsoever fast paced. But no, that does make two of us because I think the universe truly has sent us AJ. We put that energy out there because we need her leadership voice. It's one that we all need to listen to, cultivate as we are striving to reach our goals. And that is the voice of wellness and ideally balance. Mm-hmm. So I want to share with our viewers that Dr. AJ Lee is not only a powerhouse, but I want to break down truly who she is. She is a leadership and culture brand developer, co-founder, podcaster, and DEI certified leader with a PhD in higher education from Auburn University.
Which she got in her 20s, FYI.
Wowzers.
Yep.
Wowzers. So go Tigers or
War Eagle.
War Eagle. Get it right, Uncle.
I don't know why they're the Tigers, but that's another story. But she will be launching her own well-being coaching practice this winter, where she'll provide resources and coaching to help busy working women build and prioritize healthy habits.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I'm just trying to keep up with all this type A personality going on right here. And the goal is really to be able to just encircle this greatness together and encourage one another in this process, whether that is to just take those moments of pause that we each so desperately need, right? To set clear boundaries in our daily work and environments, no matter what you're doing for a living, right? And really creating a space where each of us is able to be an encouragement to one another in our lifestyles. So I promise you that in addition to drinking beet juice, you'll get a few other tips and encouragement from me. And I have so many more hacks that I'm excited to share. But let's go ahead and get straight into the beginning of this exciting time that's at hand. All right, ladies? So we are going to go ahead and get this party started and introduce to our wonderful viewers, the 3rd annual Voice and Visibility Women's Summit speakers that are going to rock our stage on March 4th, right?
Yes. It is time. So as we begin, I really have to start with a couple logistics so you all understand our roadmap ahead. We will be hosting a live and virtual summit this year. The live event will be on March 4th. 2022. So mark your calendars. And the live event is at the Westin here in Sarasota. It's beautiful. It overlooks the Sarasota Bay. But we will also be producing a virtual event, and it will be a 30-day run like it was last year. So we are ready to expand our network and really for any scenario. And I think all of us these days know that we will continue to look towards health and safety guidelines to deliver the best possible production. But really, it's important to recognize that this work can't be done alone.
Right.
This work is done thanks to the beautiful mosaic of people and partners and people that have supported our business from day one. First and foremost, I want to recognize our hardworking team, Ashley, Natalie, Karen, Madeline, who have been working around the clock to help put this production together and to grow our community and our impact. And thank you to our filmmaker, beautiful Karen Arango. She's here with us today behind the camera, and she's been with us since day one when we launched 3 years ago. Next, I want to thank the sponsors that have been with us literally, ride or die. They've been investors in advancing diverse female leadership, and it means the world to us. Also, thank you to the Sarasota Art Museum for hosting us today and letting us do our virtual reveal event here in this incredible space. In addition to serving our community of speakers and guests, one of the most important parts of our business is the creation of strategic partnerships. So thank you to all of our partners out there that joined forces with us because we are all stronger together. Now, if you're ready to hear about our trailblazing, world-class female leaders, give a virtual emoji, a thumbs up, a like, a hell yes, or let's do this in the comments right now because we're ready to get started.
I think I'm putting a hell yes.
Let's do this.
Okay, y'all, we're getting started. Welcome, welcome. It's time for the show to begin. VVWS exists to tell the stories of bold, courageous, diverse women across America.
VVWS exists to advance female leadership.
VVWS exists to close the gender wage gap and the gender leadership gap.
VVWS exists because we believe we are stronger together.
VVWS exists to connect women with their power and potential, and to remind all of us that despite the obstacles, barriers, and negative forces from the outside,
we are leaders. We are not victims.
Ashley Callingbull is a Cree First Nations woman from the Enoch Cree Nation in the province of Alberta, Canada. She's devoted to her culture and her people. She takes pride in her native Cree heritage and has shown this through all of her volunteer work she does with elders and youth in the community. Ashley's a model, an actress, a jingle dress dancer, and a First Nations activist who is the reigning Miss Universe 2015. Ashley's an internationally known motivational speaker and role model for many at educational institutions, workshops, conferences, and award ceremonies. It is my honor to welcome Ashley Callingbull to the Voice and Visibility Women's Summit stage. Meet Ashley.
My cookum, she raised over 26 foster children, and me looking up to her, she was my role model because she lived her life helping other people. It was never about her. She always told me, there's a bigger picture than you. Everything is bigger than you. The more you can give back to the community or your people, you'll be able to make a big change. I want to be successful. I want to be something. I want to do something amazing. I want to lead a great life.
This month's Woman of Vision is Ashley Callingbull.
I didn't know what it was like to have a good life or to have a happy childhood, to have nice things. And I realized that I didn't want to have to pick bottles for food anymore. So I pushed myself in every aspect of my life so I can succeed, because I wanted to have a good life for myself, for my family. I mean, a lot of Native people have been talking about these issues for years, but once a pageant girl wins a title and then she calls out the government, it's kind of shocking. They don't expect a pageant girl to say anything political or to even have an opinion. So once I opened my mouth, people finally started to listen.
Hey guys, welcome back. So today we are speaking with Ashley Callingbull. She was Mrs. Universe 2015, the first Canadian Indigenous woman to win the pageant. And of course, right now she is an actress and an advocate.
With Sunday being National Indigenous Peoples Day, Nike launched a new campaign focused on Indigenous culture and tradition in North America.
With everything going on in the world right now, to see an Indigenous woman, myself, a face of a Nike campaign.
I have the power to share the truth about my culture, a cultural path I learned from my grandparents, my upbringing, and my own morals.
Superstar. It doesn't even begin to describe Ashley Callingbull. I want all of her followers to watch her entire RedX talk to hear about the challenges she had and her current commitment to addressing the crisis of advocating for Indigenous girls and women on the reservation, not only in the US and Canada, but across the globe. So please take out your phones, follow her, and see these amazing things that she is doing. Now I have another superstar that you're all going to meet and fall in love with at the 3rd annual Voice and Visibility Women's Summit. I fell in love with her when I met her 5 years ago, and I know you will too. She's an Olympic athlete, ambassador, and one of the most unstoppable new voices committed to inclusivity and shining the light on abilities. Now, Scout Bassett spent 7 years in a government-run orphanage in Nanjing, China, after she was abandoned on the side of a street following the loss of her right leg in a chemical fire as an infant. Given a makeshift prosthetic leg patched together from leather belts and masking tape, she never stepped outside that orphanage, spending her days mopping floors, washing dishes, and taking care of the younger children before being adopted by an American couple from Michigan back in 1995. Still learning the English language, Bassett joined sports as a way to essentially connect with her peers. She tried basketball, softball, golf, and tennis before competitively racing in track and field and triathlons. At the age of 14, she was introduced to the Challenge Athletes Foundation, who gave her a grant to fund her training while also allowing her to attend running clinics and mentor young amputees similar of age as her. She worked her way to qualify for her first U.S. Paralympic team in 2016, and in the pursuit of her Paralympic dreams, Scout competed at the 2012 U.S. Paralympic Track and Field London Trials, where she placed 2nd in the 200 meter and 3rd in the 100 meter. Standing at a big, tall 4'9", Scout is a 6-time national champion in the 100 meters. She is currently the world record holder in the 400 meters and the American record holder in the 100 meters and 200 meters. Prior to competing in track, Scout was on the USA Para-Triathlon national team, where she won 3 silver medals and 1 bronze medal at the ITU Para-Triathlon World Championships. Now, off the track, Bassett spends time as a mentor, activist for people with disabilities, athlete ambassador, motivational speaker, and just recently, broadcaster for NBC covering the Olympics, and is a unique and also inspiring role model for all people to dream big and believe that they can do anything regardless.
I was born in Nanjing, China, and at less than 1 year of age, I was involved in a fire that ended up taking my right leg. There is no shame in being an amputee. Choose to embrace and focus on what you have gained and not what you have lost. So at 14 years old, I realized that I would never reach my full potential if I continued to allow other people's perceptions to define me and to paralyze me from truly living.
Scout Bassett next door for the USA. Away, Bassett out fast, and it looked like Scout Bassett.
I'm Scout Bassett. I'm a U.S. Paralympian, and I compete in the 100, 200 meters, and the long jump. There's really no greater satisfaction than knowing that you've done something that people didn't think you could do. When I ran for the first time at 14 years old, I'd never felt that feeling ever in my life doing anything else. And it was the most freeing and liberating experience. And I knew that that's what I wanted to do with my life.
Set. Go!
I was born to be a runner. The most important wins most important achievements in life have nothing to do with an outcome, a medal, a performance, but rather come from having the courage and the perseverance to know your why and to build your life around that answer. Now, I've been able to mentor a lot of kids with disabilities, in particular young girls. Annie was also adopted from China. I've known her since she was, 6. She has a disability in one of her legs. I encourage her to embrace all the different parts of her identity and not to leave any of it in the past. It's been neat for me to show these kids that, who you are as a person, what you're doing for other people, the kind of love and light and hope that you put out in the world is really what makes you valuable and powerful.
Faster, come on, get it up, 5 seconds, go. Come on, silver medal, come on.
And that even if all the odds are against you.
Hit. Come on, one more for a gold medal.
You still have an opportunity to be a champion.
Scout is unbelievable. Such a class act and symbol of perseverance. Scout's currently one of the lead NBC television announcers covering the Paralympic Games. Now, have any of you ever felt like you have too much on your plate? Are you overwhelmed with the task at the office, at home, with your community, or even in your support network? Do you struggle to find a crew to help you get to the next level? Our next speaker is urging us to get more comfortable dropping the ball. And she's got us covered on the whole find your crew thing. Let's get to know our third speaker, best-selling author and female leadership game changer, Tiffany Dufu. Tiffany Dufu is founder and CEO of The Crew. Their algorithm matches circles of women who collaborate to meet their personal and professional goals. Tiffany has raised nearly $20 million towards the cause of women and girls. She serves on the board of Girls Who Code and Simmons University and lives in New York City with her husband and 2 children.
Not that long ago, I was spinning on a life go-round, trying to balance a full-time career outside the home with being the boss inside the home. I woke up early and went to bed late. I was always tired. Each day, I'd attempt to tackle my to-do list, schedule kids' dentist appointments, buy milk, prepare meeting presentation, go to the gym. No matter how many tasks I checked off, more appeared. I felt like I was failing and I broke down. I had no choice but to do the one thing that had always most terrified me. I dropped the ball. The world didn't fall apart, so I decided to start dropping the ball on purpose. I figured out what mattered most to me, what I really had to do to make it happen, and how to get help from others. Suddenly, the less I did, the more I achieved. This book is a story of how I learned to have a purpose-driven career, a juicy partnership, happy kids, and how I was able to give back to my community and be healthy and joyful all at the same time. It's the story of what I had to sacrifice in order to make it happen. Would you like to stop spinning? Go ahead, drop the ball.
Recently, I realized I was stuck. I had the same goals for years, a promotion, getting in shape, expanding my network, but I wasn't making any progress. What was I missing? A trainer? A life coach? No, what I was missing was my crew. The Crew is a constellation of talented, professional women committed to helping each other thrive. Women like you who've got your back. You apply for a membership, and their algorithm matches you with 9 other women in your city based on your personality, values, and goals.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Dufu, founder and CEO of
look through. Leading looks like whatever you see in the mirror. The best leader is you. You can't be what you can't see. And because not too long ago, we didn't see women as doctors, we didn't see women as attorneys, we didn't see women as leaders of the free world, that we didn't aspire to be that. But now we have women who are extraordinarily powerful, who are empowered, who are engaging and participating and really doing a remarkable job in unconventional careers. We have more opportunities and we know that we can be anything. And if there was one message that I could send to the next generation of women, it's that. When you know that you're loved, when you know that you're smart, when you know that you're beautiful, then you know that you can accomplish anything. You understand your value and you ask for what you're worth. You find women who whisper things like that in your ear. You surround yourself with people who know who you are, who care about you, who want to lift you up, and you listen to them.
Let's talk about a different investment, mothers.
Yes.
You call stay-at-home mothers the unpaid labor force. That's an extraordinary term. And at the very least, if they are, should we be offering a tax deduction, some sort of acknowledgement?
Absolutely. Well, I think that we should. People have this term stay-at-home mom, and I think it's ridiculous because all moms are working moms. And I recently posted on Facebook that they work 2.5 full-time jobs, the equivalent of 2.5 full-time jobs. If you added up the GDP of mothers and their labor globally, it would amount to $26 trillion, according to McKinsey. And so I absolutely think that they should be compensated in some way.
Wow, she is speaking my language in so many ways, on so many levels. Less is definitely more. Simplicity is our friend. So just to recap, we have Aisha Callingbull, Scout Bassett, and Tiffany Dufu coming for the 3rd annual VVWS. But we're not done.
No, we are not done, ladies. Did you know that the largest population growth in America is Los Latinos? Especially here in Florida? Now dale. Yes, and as a proud Latina myself, I want us to dive deeper into the obstacles and opportunities Latinas in the U.S. face. And I want to discuss the diversity of cultures within the Hispanic community. So we are introducing the Latina Leadership Panel this year at the Voice and Visibility Women's Summit. Here is a sneak peek at our first panelist, a brilliant Cubana, media magnet leader from right here in Sarasota. Mercedes Soler currently works with her husband at Soulmart Media, their audio, broadcast, and digital media company. She oversees editorial content, community outreach and advocacy, and marketing. Prior to this, she coached media and press strategies to high-placed leaders, executives, and diplomats as a subcontractor for the State Department. She's a renowned bilingual speaker focused on the advancement of women and girls' empowerment and leadership. Mercedes is a 5-time Emmy, Peabody, and GLAAD Awards winning media personality and broadcast journalist. From 2010 through 2016, she anchored a daily live news, issues, and women's show for CNN Español. Prior to that, she spent 2 decades at Univision News as an international investigative correspondent. Mercedes co-authored the book Edition Tell, Life, Love, and Secrets with a group of her girlfriends. The book was adapted for the stage as a musical. She has been a columnist for El Nuevo Herald, as well versed in current and U.S. hemispheric affairs. Ms. Soler also taught journalism in Spanish through the University of Miami. Now, we have 2 more Latina leaders joining this panel. We can't wait to introduce you to them in the upcoming months.
Las noticias no son eventos aislados. La economía de hoy cambia la dinámica de tu trabajo mañana. Las celebridades influyen en tus hijos más de lo que imaginas. Y las nuevas leyes afectan tu estilo de vida.
Realidades en contexto, en CNN.
exploramos los sucesos que tocan tu vida.
I cannot wait for this Latina leadership panel, Christina, and I also hear we're inviting all our guests to submit their burning speaker questions to us this year so we can customize our interviews exactly to what our viewers want to hear. It can be anything, like how Ashley Callingbull and Scout both score Nike sponsorship deals and how do I get one, to what is their biggest leadership fear, a tip, seriously, anything. We can learn so much from one another. I'm literally counting down the days until the summit. It's 182 days, so please mark your calendars for March 4th. And remember, we're launching the VVWS ticket sale and new merch today. So Shannon, what else can you tell us about the summit?
We have art goddesses galore. Okay, so this year I'm going to introduce you to 2 new artists that we're partnering with, and I'm so excited about both of them. Our first artist is Lissa Silvers.
My name is Alyssa Silvers. I am a contemporary artist and graphic designer based in Sarasota now. I am the happy creative behind the global brand Liz. I was born and raised in Münchwilen, a very small town in the German part of Switzerland. Growing up, I was raised to embrace diversity in any form, which is reflected in my vibrant artwork. I wanted a way to impact the community, support inspiring and meaningful causes in a positive way, and still fulfill my vision as an artist. Auctioning my artwork at diverse philanthropy events paints a bigger picture for me. It's not just my art, it's the community and the valuable connections I make. I'm so fortunate that it works out, that I love what I do.
Our second featured artist this year is Sarita Renee. Sarita Renee graduated with honors from Ringling College with a Bachelor's of Arts in Business of Art and Design with a minor in photography. After earning her MFA in Fine and Studio Arts from Florida State University, Sarita sought out a second master's, an MBA from West Texas A&M University, and currently she's pursuing a PhD in organizational leadership from Southeastern University. Sarita has taught creative college courses in Florence, Italy, Florida State University, and Tallahassee, and is now full-time business professor at Ringling College of Art and Design.
Hi everyone, I'm Sarita Renee. I'm a business designer, college professor, and visual artist. I'm super excited to be part of the Voice and Visibility Women's Summit this year as one of their premier artists. My art aims to bridge the gap between photography and painting by combining both mediums to create photographs with paint-like features. I utilize both traditional and contemporary photographic and painting methods to create my unique style. For more art, visit saritarenee.com.
Art definitely unites us. We are surrounded right here at the Sarasota Art Museum by so many talented contemporary artists. Now, don't you have one more announcement, Shannon, before tickets go on sale?
Yes, so I actually do indeed have one more big announcement, and this one is kind of a big deal for me. The next speaker is perhaps the most well-known feminist in the world, and I am beyond honored to bring her voice to the summit this year. Gloria Steinem is a writer, lecturer, political activist, and feminist organizer. She travels in this and other countries as an organizer and lecturer, and is a frequent media spokesperson on issues of equality. She is particularly interested in the shared origins of sex and race caste systems, gender roles, and child abuse as roots of violence, nonviolent conflict resolution, the cultures of Indigenous people, and organizing across boundaries for peace and justice. She now lives in New York City and is the author of the travelogue, My Life on the Road. In 1972, she co-founded Ms. Magazine and remained one of the editors for 15 years. She continues to serve as the consulting editor for Ms. Magazine and is instrumental in the magazine's move to join and be published by the Feminist Majority Foundation. In 1968, she had helped to found New York Magazine. She was a political columnist and wrote feature articles. As a freelance writer, she was published in Esquire, the New York Times Magazine, and women's magazines, as well as for publications in other countries. She has produced a documentary on child abuse for HBO, a feature film about the death penalty for Lifetime, and has been the subject of profiles on Lifetime and Showtime. Her books include my favorite, My Life on the Road and The Revolution from Within, a book of self-esteem, Outrageous Acts and Everyday Rebellions, Moving Beyond Words, and Marilyn, Norma Jean on the life of Marilyn Monroe, and in India, As If Women Matter. Her writing also appears in many anthologies and textbooks, and she was an editor of Houghton Mifflin's The Reader's Companion to U.S. Women's History. She is the founding president of the Ms. Foundation for Women, a national multiracial, multi-issue fund that supports grassroots projects to empower women and girls. She's also the founder of Take Our Daughters to Work Day, a first national day devoted to girls that has now become an institution here and in other countries. She's a member of the Beyond Racism Initiative, a 3-year effort on the part of activists and experts from South America, Brazil, and the United States to compare the racial patterns of these countries and to learn cross-nationally. She's currently working with the Sophia Smith Collection at Smith College on documenting the grassroots origins of the U.S. women's movement and on a Center for Organizers in tribute to Wilma Mankiller, principal chief of the Cherokee Nation. As links to other countries, she helped found Equality Now, Donor Direct Action, and Direct Impact Africa. So Gloria has been a role model, a sanctuary, a source of questioning, conflict, and inspiration in my life and in the lives of millions of women across the globe. She's been a leading voice on intersectional feminism and women's equality. I have the distinct privilege to travel to Gloria's home this fall and produce a media project I'm calling Southern Souls, Race, Gender, and Humanity in the New South, a conversation with Aisha Nyondoro, Luz Corcuera, and Gloria Steinem.
You're Gloria Steinem.
I am.
It's your thing. Do what you wanna do.
Taking to the road changed who I thought I was.
Travel is the best education. It's the only education, really.
I just returned from 2 years in India. The stories I saw and heard are amazing.
I'm gonna try you out on a fashion assignment.
If you want me to love you.
They give a pay cuts if you don't smile, if you don't fit into your costume.
Or if we don't do the bunny dip while serving.
I've been working 9 hours with no break.
Maybe we ought to join a union.
How about next time going undercover in the porno business?
Those are too big. They hide your beautiful face. They're perfect. Those women in bunny outfits are gonna thank you one day. I have a fear of public speaking. What Dorothy and I have to say is too important not to say it.
This is the year of women's liberation.
A simple right to reproductive freedom is basic.
We're here to make revolution, not just dinner. We gotta stop sucking and begin to bite. You're working from within the movement now. Change comes from within.
Every minute is a chance to change the world.
So are you lesbians? What are you, the alternative?
I thought I would talk about why Harvard Law School needs women more than women need it.
How dare you
This is going to be a disaster. Stop the bus!
You're broken down and tired.
Are we there yet?
Living life on the merry-go-round.
This isn't the first time you've had knives thrown at you.
Why didn't I object? Get out and slam the door. You will, lots of times. Speaking your mind will get you in deep trouble.
The truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off.
And we'll rise up. I like the way
The road is messy, and the way the real life is messy. It leads us out of denial and into reality. It leads us out of our heads and into our hearts.
We'll rise up and we'll do it 1,000 times again.
I cannot wait for the premiere of that media project at the summit. And the conversations and impact that it will have in the philanthropy and leadership circles will be unbelievable. Shannon, you are creating a hub for intersectional, inclusive feminism, diversity, and female leadership right here in Sarasota, Florida. And I just want to say a big thank you. Saves me from flying away somewhere else too. But seriously, thank you for your vision and commitment to inspiring us all to invest in ourselves, to basically play bigger, open our hearts and minds, and to close those gaps.
Thank you. And thank you both. And thank you to every single person who's tuning in. And thanks for joining us virtually and at the upcoming live summit, and for showing us all your different ways of support for this mission.
Right. So ladies, it's time to lift our lightsabers, phones, candles, flashlights, anything that you have that has a spark to it, right? Yourself. And we are going to open our online doors for the 3rd annual Voice and Visibility Women's Summit.
Welcome in. May the force be with you, and may the force be with all of us. Now let's link arms and go forward together, because we are all unstoppable.